the next mantra, I want you to highlight this next mantra. The next mantra is one of my favorite mantras of the Gita. I mean, I can say that about so many mantras, but this mantra, man, and again, I read it at a young age, but it was just so well translated that I gravitated to it so easily because I was young and I was ambitious. I wanted to become a spiritual a seeker, a spiritual evolution, like whatever it meant, I'm going to try. So Krishna says in this next mantra, Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshana. So the word darshan means to see. Yes, darshan. You go to a temple, they'll say, oh, they're going to open the temple door so you can have darshan of the deity. So Pandita is, Srila Prabhupada translates this as the humble sage or the someone who is Pandit. You might hear someone, this person's name is Pandit. Pandit means they have knowledge. Yeah, so humble sage. So Krishna says, Srila Prabhupada translates it. The humble sage or the Pandit, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision. Sama means same, equal. Darshan, with equal vision. A learned and gentle Brahmane, a cow, Gavi, Hastini, elephant, Shuni, a dog, Swapake, a dog eater or outcast. He sees with equal visions. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahman, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. So what does this really mean? It means that if we want to become a yogi, a yogini, a sage, right? These are all these different terms you see Krishna give Arjuna. He says, you have to develop samadarshan, equal vision. What does this mean? That this material world, you look outside your house, you will see different species of life. And the different forms of species are just the amalgamation of the tattvas, the elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, those 5 gross elements. And these 5 gross elements are influenced from more subtler plane, from the mentality. So the mentality of that species allows them to get a body of a different species. So when the soul gets a body of a dog, who have a dog at home, right? The mentality of the dog with their senses, they act like a dog. If the mentality of a cow, right? Cow eats grass. The mentality of a lion, right? Or a bear, they act like the different species. But the wise yogini, the humble sage, he's not just seeing the physical body, and he's not seeing their mental body, or he's not seeing their astral body. He's going beyond all these layers, and he's seeing that every species has a spirit soul, or the Atma. So Samadarshan means when we raise our, Krishna is asking us, raise our vibration. Don't just see someone or another living entity for their physical external presentation. Don't just see them for their temple, whether the temple is in the form of a dog, whether the temple is in the form of an alligator, whether there's a temple in the form of a jaguar, right? See them as a spirit soul within those 9 gates. And this is a wisdom. I was like, whoa. So I remember when I read this, I was like, whoa, that's how I should see it. I remember going to school, right? And I sat at my test and I saw my friends, and I'm trying to so hard just to see a spirit soul in their heart, right? Then I would go to school, and then I'd see the animals and the trees, and I would sama darshan. In other words, if you see a living entity, that living entity is only animated because there is a spirit soul, right? The dog, the cat, there is a powerful soul in that body. And that soul is not just powerful, it is equal as my soul. Samadarshan. It's just that the soul has a different mental makeup and a different tattva elements, earth, water, a different physical makeup. So we, along the hierarchy, we can see certain species have a little more gifts than others. Hence, we can see the birds are laughing at the humans. The birds are laughing at us. Oh, they can't fly. Look at us, we can fly. Right? The fishes are laughing at the humans. Oh, they can't breathe underwater. And then the humans are laughing at the birds and the trees. If we're in ignorance, right? We're like, oh, we are superior. No, but with true knowledge, we start to have equal vision, darshan, sama darshan. And when we develop that vision that Krishna is asking us, we will have respect for every living creature, right? Today, it is so easy for us to let our intellect get muddy with the narrow-mindedness against another, even forget other species for now. Just amongst our human species, it's hard to appreciate a soul who's in another body, who doesn't look like us, who is of a different ethnic group, speaks another language. It's unfortunate that we get stuck into that platform, or intelligence just get covered. Some of our brothers and sisters, right, on this planet, unfortunately, they're sold into slavery. It's happening right now because a human is Atma in a human form is no longer seeing them as a spirit soul. Let's exploit this being. Right now, as we're talking, it's taking place. I think it's about 100 years. If you were born in a female form in America, you didn't have the right to cast a vote. Like, what made you so superior to another? It's ignorance in the mind, and that ignorance helps people to exploit another living entity. So this mantra right here helps to break down cut through our ignorance, our narrow-minded mental modifications. If you are, we have so many of our brothers and sisters who get exploited because now, we can't respect them, that they're born with a nature, right? We have a term for them, like a transgender. How about seeing besides that? Push that away. There's a beautiful soul in there who is looking for peace and happiness just like every other living creature. But you can see people are just narrow-minded. They don't have that ability to let their love grow. The same person who is putting another soul in slavery, who's preventing a soul from voting, who's exploiting, things like that. That same person has love in their heart. They have love, but it's so narrow. Because when they go home, they love their family, they love their pet, but then they don't allow the love to grow because they are surrounded by like-minded people who keeps that level of ignorance constant. So in Sadhu Sangha, where we're getting spiritual knowledge, it breaks through all those. And it helps us to respect each other. At least let the love be there where you can respect each other. From respect, you're going to be able to appreciate. From appreciation, you'll develop the mood of service to each other. This is the way Krishna is allowing us to go with transcendental knowledge. That's because you see everyone as a spirit soul. And then you see that God is also in their heart as well as Parama. So everyone's form is actually a sacred temple, right? The yogis, we go to a temple. In Belize, we go to a church. But the yogis understood the church and the temple is an extension of someone's temple and heart space that they have here. Whoever built the church has a heart space, part of it. So that's a manifestation of someone's heart space. So once we raise our vibration, wait, if I can go to the church and pray to God there and respect everyone in the church or the synagogue or the mosque or whatever, when I leave it, I should start to see all these bodies as temples, church, synagogues, mosque as well. And then to see that within the cat temple, the dog temple, the fish synagogue, or the roach or roach temple, to see a spirit soul in there and respect them. Of course, we have to be practical, right? We're not living on that high platform, right? So but at least that vision is there. We love the jaguars. We see a spirit soul in that jaguar's body. I'm gonna love that soul in that jaguar body from a loving distance, right? So as we develop the equal vision, we don't give up the intellect. Lord Chaitanya, when he went through the Jarakanda forest, he was chanting. All the species, the lions, the tigers, started to chant the Maha Mantra with Lord Chaitanya. And they were all dancing with him. We're not Lord Chaitanya. So if you're in a forest, please stay secure. If you're, keep your loving distance. We're not that spiritually evolved like Lord Chaitanya. But this is a beautiful thing to be able to see with equal vision and to start to at least, my teacher used to say, at least come to the level of respect for the soul in that body. If you learn to respect another living entity, even in a different species, after a while, what will develop? From respect, it will go over to eventually reach appreciation, then from love, service to that living entity, because you'll recognize God is within their heart as well. So let's give ourselves a nice challenge. We're just coming out of the new moon phase, yes? So it's a beautiful time to, wow, okay, for the next week or the next 24 hours, I am going to try and practice Samadarshan. I'm going to try and be a humble sage. I love that phrase. It's only when we're humble in consciousness that we can see through the eyes of a yogi and a yogini.